All right, folks, I've got another mini chainsaw that I'm going to review here on my channel. This is the Inokraft mini chainsaw. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what all comes in it. Looks like you're going to get a few pamphlets and some instructions. All right, when we look in here, it looks like you get a couple of batteries, a charger, and then the actual saw and the holster itself. The batteries seem to be pretty small. These are going to be 200 milliamp hours, and it's a 12-volt system. So we've got two of these that we can use, and then it does look like we've got a charger. Let's see, this charger is a single battery charger with just a red light and a green light. Let's take the saw out here. Oh, looks like we got a strap for the holster to be able to carry it around your shoulder or your waist. And then you've got the saw and the holster. So this you can actually strap onto that little strap that it comes with and hold it onto your body. It looks to be like a pretty nice saw. This is definitely bigger and more robust for how short this saw end is compared to some of the other brands that I've had. It does have the shark fin feature here, so it'll prevent your hand from slipping up. A see-through guard, which is kind of nice, so you can actually see what you're doing as you cut. The guard won't obstruct your view. This is interesting. It has a cork style grip on here. Does feel nice and grippy, so that's good. And then it's got a hand guard here to prevent your hand from slipping and coming up into the saw. It does look like you can tighten and loosen the actual chain by just turning this knob here. And then it's got a lock and unlock feature that you'd have to do before you actually tighten or loosen it. So this panel does come off, and you can change out the bar and the actual chain. So if you ever wear this out, you can swap those out. Does look like it's got a charge indicator here and a safety button here, and then your battery is going to plug in down here at the bottom. And it looks like you could use this both left or right-handed because it's got the safety switch on both sides. And then over here you do have a oil filler and a window to actually be able to see how much oil is actually in the saw. Let's go ahead and plug in a battery, run it for just a second, and then we'll go put oil in it. Batteries click in. Feel pretty tight. Yeah, it's actually fairly quiet. Don't want to run that too long without any oil in the system. Let me go get some oil. I'll add the oil to it, and then we'll take it out on my backyard trail and do some trimming of some of the trees that I've been needing to work on. Now, I've reviewed a few other mini chainsaws on this channel, as you guys know, but this bar is so much smaller than some of the other ones I've reviewed. This is only a 4-inch bar, so this is a true mini chainsaw. It's very, very tiny, and I think this is going to be ideal for my trail system. And what's really nice is that if I do get into cutting anything a little bit bigger, it's got these little teeth here that can dig into the wood and hold it into place. That's a feature that I haven't seen on some of the other mini chainsaws that I've reviewed. Overall, this does look like a pretty promising little chainsaw. Let's go ahead and let's test it out. Okay, first up is this little branch here that fell down the other day. I think this will be a good one to test. It's just a dead branch out of a walnut tree. Let's see if we can chop this up. Oh yeah, easy work. Let's get down here to this thicker piece, see how it does. Yeah, pretty impressive. Little 4-inch bar, seemed to cut through that just fine. Now, something that I think is really handy on this is the size of the battery. We're gonna have to see how long these last, but what's nice is I can carry both batteries with me, easily fit it in my pocket, the extra one, and be able to walk around my trail, have one in the saw, one in my pocket, and then whenever I'm ready, I can just swap them out. So the batteries aren't big at all. They're very pocketable, but it makes me wonder how long this is gonna last. So these mini chainsaws are super handy. If you've never used a mini chainsaw and you have a property like mine, or you just have a property that has a lot of trees on it and you always find yourself having to cut up branches, these things will save you so much time. It's a lot easier carrying this around than a full-size chainsaw, whether it's gas or electric. I highly recommend a mini chainsaw, and this little 4-inch design is really, really nice, super portable. I love all the safety features on this with the shark fin to prevent your hand from coming up over the top. This clear guard right here allows you to see what you're actually cutting, and then also the hand guard down here, along with the dual-sided lock button for the trigger. So a lot of safety features on this Inokraft mini chainsaw, and I cut probably about 15-20 branches with it. Have no issues with the battery. The battery is still holding basically a full charge. So I definitely can see myself using this to clear out my trail a couple times a year and not even have to worry about bringing the extra battery with me. But if I do need to bring the extra battery with me, it can fit in my pocket, which is a super nice feature. This is definitely not something that you're going to be using all day long. This is more for like pruning and trimming small areas of your property and getting it done really quickly and really safely. And the nice thing is that anybody can really use this. Even if you don't have a lot of experience with a chainsaw, the safety features on this are definitely going to make this more usable for everybody in your family. And one other thing I do want to mention is whenever you start this up and stop it, it stops almost instantly. It's got a brake built into it, so you see the blade continues to run just for a split second after I let go of the trigger, but then it brakes. So having a brake on this is a really great safety feature. It's probably one of the best safety features because most of the chainsaw accidents that I've ever heard of have happened after they've let go of the trigger and then they lower the saw down. But with this thing having a brake built into it, it's not going to continue to run that chain after you've let go of the trigger. All right, guys, that was my unboxing and initial thoughts and review on the Inokraft mini chainsaw. I think they've done a really good job with this one. It looks to be a pretty promising one and probably one that I'm going to be using over this next year just to help trim and prune up my trail system around here, making it real easy, super lightweight. And it's also got that holster, so if you have a really big property or if you're carrying multiple things, you can put it in the holster and carry it around your property that way. But if you guys want to pick up one of your Inokraft mini chainsaws for your property, I'll put some links below. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one.